They say a single act of kindness can change a life, but in one small town it changed an entire community. It started with a whisper, a child, a secret, and a grocery store nestled between heaven and earth. Chicken Hill wasn't much on a map, a quiet neighborhood where black families and Jewish immigrants shared weary sidewalks and thin paychecks, but they had each other. And they had the Heaven and Earth grocery store, a cramped little shop run by Moshe and Chona Ludlow, where matzah shared shelves with molasses, and gossip floated like music in the air. Moshe was a theater man, big dreams, dusty hands, and a heart for storytelling, but Chona, she was the soul, a steel spine beneath soft eyes. She ran the store even as polio weakened her legs and the Great Depression weakened everyone's pockets. And when the world forgot you when you were poor, deaf, black, or just invisible, Chona remembered. She scribbled IOUs she never collected, left soup on empty porches, found medicine when others found excuses. That's how it began, with a boy Dodo about 10, deaf, mostly silent. His mind jumped like a skipping stone, restless, unpredictable, but he laughed like light, danced when he thought no one saw. One sticky afternoon, a whisper reached Chona from the alley behind the store. Martha, black woman with eyes worn from worry, clutched her apron tight and begged, "They're gonna take him, Miss Chona, ship him off to Penhurst." Chona's heart sank. She knew the place. Institutions like Penhurst didn't teach or heal. They buried you behind locked doors. Why him? She whispered. Because he don't talk. His mama's gone. They think no one's watching. But Chona was watching that night. She and Moshe cleared out the back storage room. A cot, a lamp, a borrowed radio. She taught Dodo signs, how to stir soup, how to sit still. She told no one, not even the neighbors. But secrets don't stay quiet in Chicken Hill soon. A social worker came sniffing, clipboard in hand, voice like ice. "We've had reports, possibly hiding a child. The state has jurisdiction." Moshe stood tall. "This is a grocery store. We sell beans. If you're not buying, you should leave." But Chona knew it was only a matter of time, so she did what scared her most. She told the truth. To the women with hungry babies, to the steel mill workers who lined up for bread. "Dodo is ours now," she said, "and I need help." And they helped. Chicken Hill rallied, not with signs or shouting, but with quiet, determined love. One neighbor forged papers. Another taught Dodo to read lips. Teenagers formed a wall around the store when the state came knocking. Kindness had rippled from Chona for years, and now the wave returned. But then she collapsed. The polio came back. Her body faltered. The store shelves grew thin, and one night Dodo disappeared. Panic swept through the hill. Had he been taken, run away? Moshe searched every streetlight shadowed alley, and just before dawn he found him alone in the synagogue, clutching Chona's prayer book, as if asking for a miracle in a language no one had taught him. Chona survived, barely, but long enough to see Dodo start school with his own interpreter, long enough to see the front door of the store painted with the words "Welcome, always." Years later, Dodo became a teacher for deaf children. On his desk, he kept a faded photo of two creaky shelves, one kind woman, and a whole lot of love. "This," he'd say, "was my beginning. A place between heaven and earth." Time passed, the store aged, Chicken Hill changed, but kindness, real kindness, doesn't fade. Dodo, now grown, lived quietly, teaching kids like him those others called too slow or too broken. And one day he received a trembling letter. It was from Moshe, now in his 80s. Alone, the store was crumbling, the roof leaked, the ledger was bare. "I think it's time to let go," Moshe wrote. "But I wanted to ask you, should I?" Dodo didn't hesitate. By spring, he was back. He didn't just reopen the Heaven and Earth grocery store, he transformed it. The old shelves became a library. The fridge held free meals. The back room a classroom for forgotten children. And one rainy afternoon, a young mother walked in, Leela behind her, a boy maybe 5, silent, watching the world with frightened eyes. "He doesn't speak," she said. "Doctors say he won't." Dodo knelt beside him and signed slowly, "You are safe here." The boy stared. Then, timid fingers moved. "Okay." That boy's name was Elijah. Years passed again. Elijah grew tall, gentle, and quiet. He worked in the store, taught others how to sign their names, ran the lending library. But mostly he noticed things. He noticed when old Mrs. Bernstein stopped buying apples, when Marcus, the gruff mechanic, bought extra peanut butter only to leave it on a neighbor's porch. And one day, he noticed a girl sitting outside in the rain, soaked, silent, 14, a torn backpack at her feet. She didn't speak. Elijah said nothing, just opened the door, gave her a towel, a sandwich. Hours later, she scribbled her name on a napkin, Rosa. She came back the next day and the next. She swept floors, drew paper cranes, folded into the store like breath. She never explained her past. Elijah never asked. But one day, when the store's roof collapsed after a storm, Rosa stood beside him, hair drenched, eyes fierce. "We can't lose this," he signed. Rosa pulled blueprints from her bag. She had designed a stronger store. Solar panels, ramps, a mural wall. Everything the town needed but never dared to ask for. "I didn't know if I belonged," she said, "but I do now." That night they launched a campaign, Rebuild the Heart, one brick of kindness at a time. Donations poured in. Stories too. Chona gave me bread when my dad lost his job. Dodo taught my daughter to sign. This place made me believe in good people. A year later, the new Heaven and Earth grocery store reopened. Its doors wider, its shelves fuller. A rooftop garden, a classroom, a wall of faces. Chona, Moshe, Dodo, Elijah, Rosa above it. The same sign. Kindness is the key. Where does leave? The door unlocked. Rosa began speaking publicly. "I didn't grow up safe," she told young volunteers, "but I grew up to choose kindness even when the world didn't." She built more than buildings. She built places of safety, called them the Chona houses. One by one they popped up in quiet towns. Food, learning, belonging, and then, the day a stranger arrived. His name was Jason, mid-30s, a finance analyst turned lost soul, burned out, divorced, a duffel bag and too much silence in his chest. He walked into the Chona house, saw the mural and paused. A volunteer asked, "Hungry?" He nodded. Jason stayed for lunch, then helped wash dishes, then came back. By weeks end, he offered quietly, "I could help organize things." Used to lead teams, and he did. Jason helped build the kindness network connecting every Chona house. Rides for seniors, food drives, story circles. Not official, not corporate, just human. And soon the ripple spread. In New Orleans, a young mom got help with diapers. In Arizona, a janitor's act of kindness led to a scholarship. In Tokyo, a once homeless child received a sketchbook and found his calling. And then, one foggy Tuesday, Elijah found a letter in the store's old mailbox. No return address. Foreign stamp. Faded ink. "Dear Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, my name is Adam Lewin. I was 10 when my family fled Romania. Cold, hungry, lost. A woman with a limp gave us bread. Her scarf, no questions, just warmth. Her name was Chona. I carry her scarf still, through war zones, into my refugee clinic in Nairobi. Her kindness saved me. It became my life's work. If this reaches someone who knew her, please tell them, her love never ended. It just traveled. With deepest thanks, Dr. Adam Lewin's." The letter was framed inside the store. Above it, Rosa added a plaque. "You may never know who you saved, but they remember." One evening Elijah stood on the rooftop garden, beside Rosa. Stars overhead, silence below. "You think Chona ever knew what she started?" He signed. Rosa smiled. "No, I think she just saw a hungry child, and said yes." And the next morning, as a little girl walked through the door for the first time, nervous, empty-handed, Elijah bent down, handed her a warm cookie and signed, "You're safe, you're welcome, you matter," because the world doesn't change through grand gestures. It changes one quiet kindness at a time, one spark, then another, until the whole sky glows.